Thanks for coming back to What the Heck is Happening in HR. And today we're going to talk about preparing human resources departments for 2025. For our podcast disclaimer, please visit the episode description. How do we prepare our businesses and HR for 2025? Let's go through a bit of a checklist. Yes, we have our tax checklist. Yes, we have our W-4. Yes, we have everything to do with our open enrollment. Yes, we need to do all of that. Yes, we need to make sure we understand the tax levels. Yes, but what else can we do from an HR perspective that we need to be sure we're buttoned up with? So, one is to do an audit. Pull some of your personnel records. What do they look like? And whether they're electronic or they're paper, look at them. What is in there that shouldn't be in there? Do an audit. Look at those I-9 forms. Be sure that they're up to date. Do you have your new posters up? What about training? This is a great time to do some year-end training, to do some scheduled training starting in January, and be able to hit some of those compliance trainings that you need. But the other one I think that we really forget about is just some good basics. You may have people who will be interviewing who haven't interviewed before or who haven't interviewed in a while, and we need to refresh. So, being able to do some interview training, how to review a resume, what do we do to get information that we need without going into those questions that we shouldn't be asking? I think from an HR perspective, we should be doing some stay interviews. There will be people who will leave in that first quarter of January. You may have year end bonuses being paid out. They're not going to give you notice until after they go to leave. I think it's really important to look at your reports. Where are those attrition areas in your workforce? Where does your gut tell you should speak? And then talk to some of those folks. Find out what's going well, what isn't going well, what can we do to make the place even better for you, and to be able to speak with them individually and do those stay interviews. Certainly updating the job descriptions, especially if you're going to be going into some new areas. If you're going to be expanding the business, you're expanding the market, you're going into overseas, you're going into new states, whatever that might be. Be sure to get those job descriptions up to date. At least start. Don't look at the whole job description base and try to tackle it. Just grab one of those areas you need to work on outside of the FLSA changes that may be occurring in January, and be able to say, okay, we need to work on these. This is definitely a time to fill up the calendar with start dates. This is a great time to get candidates to interview. Wonderful opportunities to have some movement and book them and get those start dates on your calendar. Many times people think, oh, no one's hiring during the holiday, and that is far from the truth. People are hiring, and there's nothing better than for you to be able to know that you're going to be having a huge impact come January with people starting. If you can get them on in December, even better, but to certainly be able to get them going. I think your opportunity to have conversations with your chief financial officer or your controller, your head of operations, and speak with them about their staffing plan. What does it look like? Who do they think they need? Do we need more people bilingual? What is the skill that they need? What do they worry about? And then look at your own data. What does it look like for retirements? What does it look like when people leave? Are they leaving you between 3 to 5 years? Are they leaving at 7? Where is it? How can you stop it for retention to keep them? But also, how can you prepare for what you may need? Is there seasonal work that you're going to need to have done, or some temporary work that you'll need to have done? Perhaps you're adding a wing to a building, or you're redoing the parking lot, or you need a new security system. Whatever those items are, you won't know about those in your office. You need to build those relationships and have those conversations. That's how we're going to be prepared for 2025 to serve as that springboard going forward and a foundation for the year that of things that we don't need to worry about because we always know things pop up in HR. Thanks so much for listening to What the Heck is Happening in HR.